Songwriting is only half of the story and half of the battle in the music industry. Why understanding publishing is non-negotiable. That's what we're going to be talking about in this episode of Creative Discipline with TheZachMichael. You can write the best song in the world, the most beautiful, moving, emotional song, but if you don't understand how music publishing works, there's a good chance that you as a songwriter are not getting paid what you deserve. As a songwriter, we spend hours perfecting the melodies, the lyrics, the hooks. But what many songwriters don't realize is that those creations have value far beyond the studio. And that value lives in publishing royalties, which is the often misunderstood engine that powers your long-term income and opportunities in the music business as a songwriter. Today, we're going to be demystifying publishing for songwriters and talking about why partnering with the right company like Elizabeth Music Group, which is my company, is one of the smartest moves a songwriter can make. But even if you don't partner with my company, Elizabeth Music Group, this is going to be valuable, insightful knowledge for you to learn. And because I run this publishing company, we've helped hundreds of musicians get paid for their publishing. I have a lot of experience in the space and can really help educate you on it. So what is music publishing really? Music publishing is the business of monetizing and managing your compositions. Not the sound recordings or masters, but the actual song itself. The lyrics, melodies, chord progressions, and hooks. These are protected by copyright, and whenever your song is used, someone is making money. With proper publishing collection and a team like Elizabeth Music Group, that someone can and should be you. Every time your song is streamed, performed live, broadcasted on TV or radio, placed in a sync license with a film, show, ad, or video game, sold digitally or physically, or even printed in a songbook, you're owed royalties. And if you're not registered properly or don't have a publisher collecting those royalties, you're leaving real money behind. Here are some things that every songwriter must pay attention to. Number one, to actually get paid. Let's just be real. If your music's out in the world, but your publishing isn't set up, your income is slipping through the cracks. It's being left on the table. Whether your song has 100,000 or 100 million streams, you might not see a dime without proper registration and administration in place. 2, you need to protect your work. Publishing gives you control over these songs. You can set terms on who can license your songs, how the royalties are divided between all the collaborators, and what kinds of projects your music appears in. Without understanding this and understanding how important it is to protect your work, you risk signing bad deals or being miscredited, which is super important as a songwriter because these are some of the most lucrative ways that your songs are going to generate income for you. Controlling the sync licensing and controlling what kinds of projects your music appears in is going to give you some control over your career. That's super important. And the other thing that's very important and why, as a songwriter, you must pay attention to publishing is that understanding your publishing and registering it properly will allow you to create new opportunities. Great publishing isn't just about collecting your global royalties. It's also about creating momentum. The right music publisher, like Elizabeth Music Group, can help pitch your songs in sync placements for TV, film, and ads. They can connect you with producers and artists for more cuts and placements. They can pitch your catalog internationally. And they can also help you build a long-term strategy as a creator. As a songwriter, publishing isn't optional. It's foundational. Songwriting is one of the few spaces in the music industry where publishing is one of the only revenue streams you have. Generally, as a songwriter, you're not going to own on the master and you're not going to get an advance. So publishing is your main revenue stream. The line between indie and mainstream has blurred for music, but music publishing has always been a core revenue stream for songwriters in the modern music industry. This is what separates a hobbyist from a professional. If you're serious about building a career in songwriting, you need more than talent. You need a structure that protects and supports your work, helps you get paid properly, and ensures your songs are registered. Wow. Now this is where I come in with my company, Elizabeth Music Group. I believe that we have a new model for songwriters. Most publishing companies were built to make money for the labels and the executives. Elizabeth Music Group is built by me, a songwriter, for other songwriters, by a producer, for other producers, by an artist, for other artists, right? I created Elizabeth Music Group to help creators understand their rights, collect every publishing dollar they're owed, and actually open doors to new opportunities. And here are the places that we stand out. 1, we lead with education and transparency. There's no smoke and mirrors. We break down where your royalties come from, how song splits work, and what every deal and agreement means, so that way you can make informed decisions about your career. We believe that songwriters need to be empowered. This is an industry where so many people tear songwriters down, and it is our mission and job and responsibility to the music industry to help uplift them. We also provide education and support. We don't just do your publishing administration, but we also provide community and mentorship, including an exclusive Discord community that is filled with sync briefs, educational resources, and a team, including myself, available every week to support your growth. Creative collaboration is another thing we offer. At our company, we believe in connecting songwriters with producers, top liners, and artists across the roster, as well as with other major labels and their artist teams. And this allows us to create co-writing opportunities and build better songs together from the ground up. We also provide sync access. A lot of songwriters believe that the only revenue stream they have is writing songs for artists. But what if I told you that you could actually have an even more lucrative career in sync licensing, which is creating music for TV, film, and advertising? And this is another area that Elizabeth Music Group can help, because we actively pitch music through strong relationships with sync agents and supervisors, which will allow us to help your songs find new life and create new revenue streams, right? And we have real results and real musicians. Songwriters at Elizabeth Music Group have contributed to major releases, sync placements, and global collaborations. But more than just that, they've also gained clarity, control, and confidence in their songwriting career. And the difference is that Elizabeth Music Group isn't just managing publishing, we're empowering the songwriters behind the song. Final thoughts are this. At the end of the day, songwriting is your art, but publishing is how that art becomes a career. I talk a lot on this podcast about creating a sustainable career, and publishing can be one of those very sustainable aspects of your career from a revenue standpoint. I also talk about how catalog is king, and it is one of the most important things for musicians to have is a catalog. To properly monetize that catalog, you need your publishing in order, and you do need to understand how your music generates income, how to protect it, and who to trust with it. Whether you're just getting started or have a few songs out, learning the publishing landscape is the difference between a moment and a movement. It's the difference between short-term success and a long-lasting career. If you're ready to take control of your publishing, you can feel free to reach out to me and Elizabeth Music Group, and we can talk about how we can support you. Because songwriting is your superpower, publishing is your protection, and if we master both of these, you can build something that lasts.